hit 300 pounds today. I would love to. It's like a pound away yesterday, so let's see. Okay, so 301.4. I can't remember what yesterday was. I think this is around the same. But yeah, we're definitely going to hit 300 this week. This is my extra large sweater. It's not quite long enough, so I just have to wear leggings with it so I can pull the leggings up. But yeah, clothing sizes are so varied. Because I can be a 3X one place, I can be an extra large in another. This is very, very cozy, and it's an extra large. I'll show you for proof. Well, can you see? Extra large. So I'm excited to eventually be an extra large everywhere. This was at, what was it, Route 21? I think this is Route 21. It is at 9:30. I just got done at the gastroenterologist. We went over the results of my colonoscopy, endoscopy, set up an appointment for the next one, and went over my stool sample results and the biopsy and all of that. So good news and bad news. Bad news, I definitely do have IBS. Because I'm still having the symptoms and they're not necessarily linked to any specific foods. Like for instance, yesterday I had really bad diarrhea at night, but I hadn't had anything like greasy, which is what I kind of thought was what made me have diarrhea, is when the food's like greasy or like way too much sugar maybe. But yeah, no. So I don't know what that was for. It doesn't seem to matter what I'm eating. It can just come if it wants to. But anyway, so she said I definitely have the IBS, to still be taking all the IBS medicines that I've been given. And then she also saw in the endoscopy or whatever, my esophagus does have some damage from acid reflux. So I thought that I no longer had acid reflux and that I had it managed, because I haven't been experiencing it like coming all the way up, or like just feeling like burning or anything like that since I've had my CPAP for my sleep apnea. And I just learned to like not have anything acidic like orange juice right before bed, and to sleep on my left side if I do feel like I'm having any issues. But yeah, so I have to go back on that medicine. Haven't been taking it for years, so I'm gonna start taking that again. She says I can actually double on my fiber supplement and see how my body responds, because I'm still not getting enough fiber. And I guess she could see that on the test stuff that I wasn't getting enough fiber. I don't know. But that's what she told me, is that I could try to double it. So I guess I'll do that. She liked the one I chose, because I had the 6 grams or whatever of fiber. And then she said no celiac, like no signs of celiac, none of that. She doesn't really know why I have the permanent bloating. So she said that we could do a panel for like allergens, like food allergens. And so I was like, yes, let's go ahead and do it just to see. Because if there is something specific that I should be avoiding that's giving me the issues, then I can actually know and avoid it. So we did do that. So I got my blood drawn for that. But yeah, she didn't see any signs of anything that would lead to me needing to go on like a restrictive specific diet. So I don't have to avoid lactose. I don't have to avoid wheat. Like I don't have any signs of celiac, so I'm fine. So I don't have to be gluten free, which is great, because like certain sweets are just, I don't know that you could do them gluten free. Like I don't think you could make a gluten free donut. I do think that being gluten free mostly is a really good thing. And so one of the things that it's helped me with it is making better choices. If I'm like, oh, I'm trying to go gluten free, then I get stuff that's not fried, and I get stuff that doesn't have a bunch of bread. But also I think not having to go gluten free will be easier, because I can incorporate things like toast to give me some more fiber with real bread. So I might, and also just the expense of being wholly gluten free is a lot. So I think what I'll wind up doing is, if the gluten free is the healthier option, then of course I'll do that. Like I feel like cauliflower crust is better than wheat crust, and I think it's lower calories too. So I'll probably continue to do like gluten-free pizzas or like gluten-free breading on stuff. Like I said, like if it sounds like a healthier option, then I'll do the gluten-free, even if it is a bit more expensive. But for something like, for instance, chili, or yeah, mostly just like chili, or yeah, chili, the real crackers are a lot better than the nut thins in that. I haven't tried it with that yet, but I did try the nut thins with like a taco bowl that just had taco meat and cheese. It was not as great. I mean, it was fine, but it was not as great as like an actual tortilla chip, but I did find some actual tortilla chips. So that would probably be a lot better than the nut thins. But then the other one, the main one, is my tuna patties. The wheat thins, it's just not the same tuna patty with wheat thins as it would be regular crackers. And you can make slightly better choices. So instead of getting like
the white cracker, you get the whole wheat. And I've made that switch years and years ago, not choosing white bread, and going for like a whole grain, whole wheat type thing. So yeah, better choices. But I'm really happy that I do not have celiac disease. I don't have to worry about cross contamination or anything like that. Even when I've been doing gluten free options, just because something's gluten free doesn't mean someone with celiac could have it. It has to be certified gluten free, meaning that like the company is not using any machinery that's going to process the gluten free product that also has gluten products that go through it. So like celiac disease, I really feel for those people because companies and stuff can have gluten-free options, but it's more like kind of catering to like vegans where there's special options, but there's not like a dietary necessity for there to be that, and so they're not having to worry about cross-contamination and stuff. Because gluten-free can be like a health fad and not a necessity for a lot of people, and I feel like companies kind of cater to the fad rather than people that actually have celiac disease and need to be concerned about cross-contamination. So yeah, I will definitely still share like when I'm using gluten-free products because at least that gives you a start. And if you do have any sort of intolerances, you can do like elimination type diets just to see how your body responds to it. But because I've had all the testing and stuff, I don't really need to do that. I'll get the results in a couple of days with the food allergen test, so that will tell me something. But she doesn't think there's anything specific that's causing my issues. So we shall see. But yeah, so good news, bad news with the having the acid reflux, and I have to do the colonoscopy and endoscopy every year because of my genes. I'm predisposed to having those sort of issues, and I'm fine with that. I was like, I am not going to argue with you. I would rather find something in stage 1 than stage 4 by not, coming in and everything. But no polyps, nothing. So everything she biopsied was fine. So overall, really good news. Yeah, I honestly want to go get a donut so bad right now because I haven't eaten and I am hungry. I am hungry. I really want a donut, but I'm like, I'm so close to 300 pounds. So close to 300 pounds. So I think what I'm going to do is when I hit 300 pounds, I can have a donut. I'm just going to get like a regular original glazed donut, and I'm hoping I will be 300 pounds by Friday, and I will be back up here where there is a Krispy Kreme on Friday. So I think I can say no to the donut today, hold off, and then when I hit 300, I can have that one donut. Everything in moderation, y'all. But anyway, that's all for now, I guess.
What I eat in a day as a 301-pound person. This is breakfast. I've got 2 gluten-free waffles with a handful of berries and some 100% maple syrup. And then I have a 1 regular egg and then some egg whites and then 4 slices of bacon and a 8-ounce glass of eggnog. Now, be careful with the eggnog because this is like 340 calories for 8 ounces. So if you got it in the budget, it's okay, but just make sure you don't go too crazy with it. I was feeling tired, so I just took a 2-hour nap so that I could attack the rest of the day. So now it's time for a video call. So I'm already a little late because I kept sitting here even after I woke up. So yeah, I'm gonna go log into that and ask my question. If this is the one that's a Q&A, I'm not sure, but I do have a question for her, so I'm gonna put that in there. And then in less than an hour, I need to start making my way to the other town for my singing lesson. Yeah, I just want to go back to sleep. I was icing my foot. That's why, like, I was starting to fall asleep on my computer, but I was when I was icing my foot when I took my nap because my ankle is still really swollen. It sucks. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and take this thing off. I don't remember what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. So I am like, I guess going to the gym has become a routine because even though I've still went a couple of times, like with the injury, I didn't get to go this morning because I had an appointment at the same time. And then I was gonna try to go in between uh, after I finished breakfast and then this thing that's online. But I was tired, so I just took a nap, a long nap. But anyway, it's felt so weird not weightlifting, like specifically the weightlifting and doing my training program. I don't like that I haven't been able to do it. It really sucks because it's like I've done so I've done weightlifting and stuff, but it's been part of like physical therapy. So I've done physical therapy 2 different times because I have chronic pain, and this is compounded by the weight, but it's not caused by the weight, if that makes any sense. I've had chronic pain since I was in the military. Um, so anyway, the so I got approved to do some PT to see if that would help because
chiropractic, acupuncture. I've done both of those things, and neither of them provide relief for more than like a couple of hours, or a couple of days in the best case scenario. Dry needling, however, that I got from the second time I did physical therapy, dry needling and cupping, while doing the cupping thing, you did exercises while you were being cupped. Those did help. So I got approved again, but this time it's not for physical therapy. Because I graduated physical therapy, so they didn't renew it. The one I got to do it for like 4 months or something like that, and then they graduated me for the program because they're like, um, I became more mobile, so I was able to do things, and they're like, okay, you can continue the program at a gym, like you can go do it yourself. Because I was weightlifting and I was doing like the pull down bar, I got up to like 75 pounds, and then I was doing 60 pounds on the one where you sit and you like push it out, or you're pulling it toward. Forgot what that machine is called, but anyway, they're like, you're good. We built your strength up. You can continue this. And so yeah, and then so I graduated that one, so insurance would not approve it again. And then the other one, I only got to do it for like one set of, because the VA only lets you go like so many sessions, and then you have to get reapproval, and sometimes it's really hard to get reapproval. So I didn't get reapproval for that one because when they were submitting what they were doing, they weren't specific enough. So it seemed like I was just doing exercises that I could do in a gym. I'm sorry, but you cannot get dry needling and cupping at a gym. So anyway, but I did just get approved for chiropractic, and they did X-rays that I feel like are way more accurate because they don't have you. They want to see your natural stance instead of like the ones they kind of force you into when you get X-rays at the VA. So anyway, where like you're in pain, yeah, I aligned my spine, but that's not how it is when I'm relaxed. But anyway, so the X-rays are much better, and they got to see more of the issues. So I'm gonna be able to start that um, later this week, I think, or I have an appointment on Monday. I can't remember. Anyway, I do have an appointment soon, so I'll be able to start that, and hopefully they'll renew it. Um, but anyway, it's felt weird not being weightlifting because it's like I, even though I've had the weightlifting in the past, it's been like consistent for like the 4 months, and then several months of no weightlifting, and then so it's been like on and off. So I still feel like I am a beginner as far as like how you can get gains and stuff with like your muscle development. I feel like I'm still in that beginner, um, because I haven't done it at the intensity that I've been doing it now, where it's like 3 hours a week. It's intense, and there's a lot more, a lot different, like a lot more exercises that I have to do, and increasing the weight pretty regularly um, to get like the progressive overload or whatever. So yeah, I've been able to see results, but then I've also seen like if I've been sick for a week and then I've come back, it's like I'm starting at square one for the first like one or two sessions. Everything is so much harder. It's like, do I think I've actually lost muscle just with like 2 weeks not being able to weightlift? Probably not. I don't think that your gains go away that quickly. But like part of me is like, I'm losing muscle. I'm losing muscle. Like I'm losing progress. And so it really, really sucks. And all I want to do is just get back in the gym and do the weightlifting. So I'm hoping that even if the swelling hasn't gone down, I can like convince my trainer to let me train. But he has a very specific plan that he's wanting to do with me. So we haven't, I haven't been able to do the weightlifting stuff because I'm not physically able to do the plan yet. So like for instance, in one of the last sessions, we're working up to me being able to run. So we were doing kind of like sprints where I would put it on level 4, which is like a very, very fast speed walk for me. It's like the fastest speed walk I could possibly do. And I was able to do that for like 1 minute, and then I would have to drop the speed down some. So we're working on getting it to where I can run, and that's the part I think I can't do that with the ankle. And then I don't know how much like the squats with weights and stuff. I don't know how much that affects the foot. Um, and so we also do like lunges with weights. That I cannot do right now because I was doing lunges in the pool without weights, and I could really feel it when my foot would like arch. Um, and then of course if there was any sort of jumps or anything that's too much, like even in the water, I could feel that. So I'm just really hoping that my ankle, the swelling goes down. I did get the results in. I can't remember if I told y'all that I finally got the doctor's results. There's no tears or anything like that that I have to worry about. No signs of like arthritis that will come as a result from the injury. So basically, it was like the best result that you could get in this situation, but the swelling is still there. I'll show you. So there's my ankle, so you can tell it's still really big. So this is the non-swollen one. One is bigger than the other. It does look like the swelling has went down significantly though, because it was like it was twice as big looking. Now it's like it just looks a little bit bigger from this angle, which I did just ice it for 2 hours. So, but yeah, I'm so ready for it to be good again, so I can get back in the gym. I don't want to. I hate feeling like I'm starting from square one again. It's like you're not, but it's like it's just so much harder when you take a break, even if it's only for a week. And so I don't like having this break. I want to be weightlifting. I want to be seeing gains. Like I have the little tricep muscle that I showed y'all, and I'm like, I want to see the other muscles start popping out. And so every time I get sick, it's like the setback. But I guess, but I'll also take it as a sign that it's really good that I'm going to keep this up because I'm like enjoying going to the gym and like pushing my body in that way. Like I like it because like in the beginning, if I had a day off because I had to do something, I'd be like, all right, I don't have to work out today. And now it's like, I don't get to work out. And it's not working out because like I can still go to the gym and do some things. So it's not that I can't work out, it's that I can't do the specific training that I want to do right now because of the injury. And it sucks. It really sucks. But like I said, it's a good sign that I'm like actually enjoying it. It's something that I'm going to stick with for a very long time because I miss it when I'm not able to do it. And like I miss weightlifting in that way because I can't put a bunch of pressure on my foot. All right, I'm gonna go see if I can still get in on the video call, and if I can ask my question. I'm not gonna be able to attend the whole thing because they're normally like an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I have to leave in like 45 minutes. But I can ask my question. Hopefully it'll get answered, and I can watch it on the replay because they do record the sessions. So I'm gonna do that now. So I got in there. And I turned it on, and the meeting has been rescheduled to Friday, and an hour earlier, so I'll actually be able to attend the whole thing before my piano lessons. But I need to practice my piano, and I needed to practice it today a little bit anyway because I want to, in our singing lesson, we've been working on Rolling in the Deep by Adele, but I want to work on the Silent Night one with this new jazz version that he wrote the notes for. So I'm trying to figure that out. I practiced, only for, it's been like 30 minutes maybe. Yeah, anyway, so we're going to try it. Yeah, okay, so. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, calm. All is right round the unburdened mother and is that right? No. Yeah, there we go. And that's all the song that we have so far. So we got to write the rest of it. But that's like the jazzified version, and I put my piano on a guitar mode because it sounded like what he was doing. But he's going to do either a guitar with me or he's going to do saxophone because he plays both. But that's how we're doing it. So we like restructured the song a little bit. So I'm going to keep practicing it and jazzify it. But it is time for me to get going to my vocal lesson. So I'm going to bring this. And here's what I was reading off of. So that's what we did our last lesson with piano. We did that. We also did where it's like a songwriting. We're getting into how to do songwriting. And the other thing that we did was Jingle Bells. And I had to figure out how to write Jingle Bells. And so I'm supposed to finish the song off. So I still need to do that for homework before Friday. I need to figure out the rest of the song, which is repetitive, so I'll be able to use that as a guide. But yeah, off to singing lessons I go. I gotta feed my doggo. Beer. And then I think that's the last thing I have for today that I have to do is just go to my vocal lesson. It does get hot in there, so I'm kind of weary about wearing this because I've gotten sweaty in a standard t-shirt before, so I might bring me a tank top too to change into because I get there like 15 minutes early, so I might change into a tank top if it is feeling toasty roasty, so that I'm not sweating up a storm. And then if my energy levels improve, I might go to the gym. I did skip lunch today. I did not eat lunch. I figured that would be the case. I had breakfast around like 10 something, and I did have like the 300 calories of eggnog, so I knew I was going to be skipping a snack. Wasn't really planning to skip a whole meal, but it's fine. There, you like me scratching your booty? Yeah, you little wagging tail. You're so cute. All right, I'm gonna go get ready. In lieu of that nap, And it's already 3 o'clock, so I'm just going to do a big snack instead of a little snack. And this is 310 calories of my sweet and salty kettle corn. So I'm going to eat this whole bag because I am hungry.
Okay. 1 and 2 and go. Sorry, I didn't count him right. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round the young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. The tempo definitely helped with the breathing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Keeping that steady beat in there is going to help so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we are back home, and my husband put in a pizza for me. I was hungry and lazy, so this is my cauliflower pizza, and I'm also gonna have a like small size. This is not a full size. 0 sugar, 0 calorie Coca-Cola. And then I got a couple more of the vitamins to take, but there was like 100 calories worth of vitamins. I did go over my goal today, but by less than 100 calories, and the vitamins is what sets it off. So anyway, so I am watching the new Honey Bison video, but I think I'm going to switch that to a show instead. I started watching Sullivan's Creek, so I think I'm going to watch an episode of Sullivan's Creek, and then I'm going to start a puzzle. So yeah, that's what I'm doing for the end of the night. Happy early Thanksgiving, or I guess it's after Thanksgiving by the time I edit this video, so all right. So I was way under my protein goal, and I started to get hungry again, and I waited for like an hour to make sure I was actually hungry and not just bored and wanting food, and I still was like, okay, I'm hungry, I want food. So I got this, and that will give me a little bit more protein, because yeah, I was like 30 grams under, so this will be much better now.